So how do you, I mean, guess, how do you envision the role of AI evolving in the realm of user experience in the coming years then?
I think it's going to do what we saw in personalization and content curation for even the front end of websites and in products. So what I mean by that is that if you look across all the big media players right now, whether you're talking about the big tech ones like Apple and Netflix and Amazon to an extent, or you're talking about your traditional media environment, Warner Brothers Discovery, Peacock and Comcast and NBC Universal, Paramount, Lionsgate, et cetera. All of those teams, what used to be the content curators and the personalization data scientists, are very tightly integrated together, usually by product teams. And they share a common goal and vision because, at the end of the day, there was a moment where it was like, personalize everything, give it to the robots, go on. But even at Peacock, we noticed that there are moments where the just like creative genius of curators, content curators, whether it's to like entertain and make you laugh or to kind of make you feel uneasy and scared with horror content, if they do a really good job building things that robots aren't good at, using humor, using contextual cues, thinking about what users actually want to relate to. Those are things that humans will forever do in personalization that the robots can't, as it were. And product facilitates that in a digital space. I think you're going to see that start to take over even to the base level of design. Every brand's got an identity. Historically, that identity has been rooted in things like color and shapes and feels. Like, are we going to get to a world where user experience designers, marketing, creatives, et cetera, are starting to build brands that can be everything to everyone or everything to a bigger group of people? And that's going to be the same collaboration. There is magic in what human beings do. Like, if you think about movies, practical effects are just so much more interesting to look at than computer generated effects. We can computer generate some really amazing effects, right? The folks that work on Call of Duty have a bank of tank images, tank sounds, et cetera, and they can build the ultimate tank. But if there's something that's humorous in the moment, it's going to take the human intervention to take all of that tank data and make it that humorous item that's maybe live for a week. And that's really about the way to connect and relate to an interface, whether it's media, gaming, brand technology, et cetera.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it's, I mean, even now you've seen it within, I mean, even the last couple of years, within like data scientist type roles, that's evolved into more product, like the product, they're looking for, that's the skill set is more, I guess, having that product mindset now to get more out of their, I guess, gaps in the market, like how can they improve their solutions, services, etc. So even that's more like, I guess, you're morphing into new skills, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the introduction of data product as a concept or a framework into the data world has actually driven all of us to think more about the types of models and well, that's actually the language right there. It makes us think about these models that we used to build as capabilities, and how do we use those capabilities not only to meet the immediate need, but also build them in generalizable frameworks that allow us to meet other needs, right? So we're thinking about 4U style recommendations, which are typically sequential engines. I'm going to give you a sequence of content that I think you're going to like, and I'm going to order it in a specific way. Ultimately, that powers a 4U rail, but can I use it to sort other things on the website? Can I sort all the tiles across a media component using that same technology? Or do I need different technologies? How does it change? I think that's a really powerful mindset shift for data scientists that data product brought in. And I think it was very crucial, perhaps by coincidence, but very crucial for this translation into a Gen AI world where, you can have executives who are kind of just like, banging out paper prototypes and chat GPT, and then bring them to you and say, okay, I have this idea, help me figure out, like, is this doable at scale for a service? Can we integrate this somehow? What are the findings? And really, at the end of the day, how do I change this thing I just did on my desktop into a product that's powered by data scientists to have a bigger scalable impact on users for the better?
Yeah, no, definitely.